Good morning, guys. This is Stephen Howard. Took yesterday off. It was really windy, so it would have been hard to record a video anyway. Wind was blowing like 60 yesterday. It's a beautiful day out in the desert. Probably go kayak this weekend if I get some money. My buddy Clay from Ohio is sending me like $30 or something so I can survive. Anybody that wants to make a donation or help me, I am in a position where I'm needing to kind of ask for help. Family, I broke down and called my father yesterday, and we have a tenuous relationship at best, but he has opinions that I've blown it or that I wasted money because of this or that, and you know, they got me down here, but then I'm supposed to live with babies and a family, and I'm a single guy, and it was really uncomfortable, and I couldn't sleep well, so I wasn't working well. My patience wasn't well, and it just lopsided everything until I kind of gave up and lost it all. I don't think that's my fault. I think that if I had been given the $1,100 to fix my trailer, that I would still have the trailer today. I wish I could go earn my own money. I know I can. I'm just not going to do it in the way everybody wants me to. I'm not going to a 9 to 5. I'm not going to go harness myself as a workhorse. My body is beat. I have a broken neck, broken back, and broken sternum. I have years of extreme sports injuries, dislocated, broken shoulders. I've had no surgeries on any of those injuries. I have bad knees. And I'm 48 years old. I'm done working heavy equipment. I'm done working physical labor that hurts. If it doesn't require filming, or it doesn't require writing, or it doesn't require manifesting something from the divine, from nothing, I don't want any part of it. And what I'm producing is something much greater and is going to make much more abundance than anyone could even imagine. Anybody that is talking down about what I'm deciding to do with my life can go bite one. I've been through, I was a laboratory director for a medical marijuana laboratory here in Las Vegas called the New Heights Laboratory. I went and knocked on doors where I could have had my head blown off. $10 million buildings out here that have Metro Police protecting them and stuff. And, Forrest Gump goes up and knocks on the door. Hey, guys. Guy answers the door. What the fuck do you want? I'm like, hey, I'm from New Heights Laboratory. My name's Steve. I just wanted to give you a free analysis on one of your pounds. And if you like our turnaround time, give us an opportunity to be one of our clients. They would either invite me in or tell me to fuck off. I'm one of those guys. You put me in any industry, I'll find the best top people. I'll find you your dream team. I can do it in any industry. I've been in the kayak industry, manufacturing kayaks, made it in Outside and Paddler magazine in 96 and 97. I don't talk about me because I'm trying to impress you guys. I talk about me because I'm trying to impress myself. I'm trying to realize that even though I'm living in a truck out in the desert and I'm an inspirational speaker on YouTube and I'm struggling actor and writer, that I've been through such experiences in my life, and I've made gobs of money. Um, I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm kind of happy-go-lucky when I have money. I don't blow it, but I'm generous. I'm also kind, and I also like to treat myself well. I like to wear nice clothes. I like to eat well. Lately, I've only had the kind of money that can put gas in your car and feed you for a couple of days. So, but in the past, I've been to Hawaii twice a year for 10 days or more. I've had vacations. I've had times where, we went and bought a car, or we went and rented a nicer house, upgraded our house. Um, I, I know what that feels like. I also know the insecurity of going home at night and having a bad day and realizing you got all these bills and you're not making the money that you used to, so you're in decline and you're like really get worried and concerned about what's going on, and that's because you can't sustain what you have. So it's a flimsy coin. We live in a society that's based on what you have, who you are, what kind of job you do, and you know, uh, and it puts this bad thing on ourselves. Kids aren't doing good in school. I'm watching our children be run amok. They're not being learned anything. I'm also watching children with learning disabilities that very easily, with some structure and some attention, could be remarkable healers, empaths, psychics, lots of things. Very intuitive, children. So, I watch other families. My buddy DeVito has two boys, and I think one has ADHD and dyslexia, but is a remarkable like empath and possible healer. And then the other one is possibly a narcissist, which is kind of interesting, or self-absorbed kind of person, entitled in the family. And it allows me to see what me and my brother went through. I was the empath, and I was young, and I was bigger. My older brother was smaller than me, but he was more of a narcissist or a tyrant. I didn't have that in me. I couldn't be cruel to somebody. And I see where he got that from, and I see where I got my empathy from. So it's a really interesting blend. We all have mothers and fathers, and then we all get in relationships, and then we have children, and it's basically the blend of, those four parents, your mother and her mother, and all their stuff going into two more children. And what you end up with is a collage of problems and generational curses or something. And it's as our generations evolve, like I've evolved, I believe that my parents were on a certain mindset, and as the next generation is born, they're given an like a more open mindset, or a broader scope from the generation before. I got to see baby boomers and the 80s and crazy stuff, and I now know how the world works. We're all marketed. We're all a commodity, and the higher you hold your commodity, the more you're gonna get, the more abundance you're gonna get, the bigger house you're gonna get. I was a nightclub promoter out on the strip, and I was a commodity stockbroker, but mine was entrance passes to the nightclubs. And that turned into a $1 million industry. And then eventually cycled out, the business was sold off. And then it turned into marijuana, and the laboratory was a way to handle marijuana but not be involved in the industry where you would need such licensing for dispensing and all of that stuff. Big money insurance. However, you do need a $3 million analyzing machine. So I've been talking to some people up in Oregon and Washington and Montana, and I've been thinking about re-entering the market, but without touching anything illegal. Um, I'm a felon, and I have some issues, and I figured out that the CBD market is still wide open, and that if you were to do it right and from the right route, you could probably do very well for a lot of people. So I'm going to be working with some people in that thing to work on some of my ideas for the CBD market and see where this goes. And at the same time, I'm going to continue my channel here and work on my movie script and my other endeavors. You'll watch those blossom. Um, I want you to know that there was last night I went through some sort of shift, and I think it was a planetary shift. I think it was a vibrational shift. I feel something has changed. I don't know if it's just, spring equinox, or it was a new moon, and the new moon had a powerful effect. It was really windy yesterday, and then it was a dark, still night. We had a little bit of cloud cover, so it wasn't a lot of stars like I wanted. But what I felt was a renewal, that some people that you've been doubting, you're like, they're not going to awaken. How are they going to awaken? And when they awaken, what are they going to say to you? After treating you the way they did, and putting you out the way they did, and all that stuff. And then what are you going to say to them? And are you going to hold that resentment? Or are you going to realize, oh, they're awakened now? Cool. That's fucking awesome. You made it. Give me a hug. Keep working on yourself. It's going to be rad. We're a power couple. We have a lot to offer the world. And, maybe even us that are awakened, maybe we need to change our outlook a little bit on the people that aren't awakened. Maybe, just maybe, as we're awakening people by our absence, I wonder where that dude was so cool. I wonder where he went. Or I wonder, what's going on with him. And the truth of the matter is, they might call you up out of the blue. They might call you up out of the blue and just be like, I am so sorry, honey. You need to come home. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. I wasn't really awakened yet, and you like snapped your fingers in my face and then walked away. And if people don't realize and don't wake up, then I'll be real sad for them. And this could be a friend. This could be family. This could be an old employer. It could be a lot of people. And, you know, I don't think anybody owes me anything, but I think everybody owes me everything. I don't know if that's going to make sense. I've given people my life, and they don't realize it. And then I've rebuilt afterwards.
Morning.
Hey, good morning, guys.
How you doing?
Good. I'm Stephen Howard.
I'm Justin. This is Kid. That's Moose.
I'm an inspirational speaker on YouTube.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Drive across the country?
I'm from Missoula, Montana. Yeah. Come up to Montana sometime. Check it
I
out.
love Montana.
Yeah, the Bitterroot and all that. They'll be great friends in about 10 minutes. Yep. She's that small.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a video, look it up on YouTube. Chihuahua ran off a grizzly in Glacier Park. Have a good one. Come on. Well, you guys got to see my dog kick a way bigger dog's butt. Come on. Come here. Get in. Come on. Get in. Sorry about all that. Where was I? Oh, yeah. You know, nobody owes me anything, but everybody owes me everything. And what I mean by that is that goes for me too. Like, if I have a daughter or a friend or I work for somebody, I will give them myself. I will dedicate myself. I will apply myself. I'll go through hell for them. And the problem with that is sometimes people like take advantage of that. And I'm guilty of it too. You know, I want stability. I want happiness. I want a place to go home to. One of my favorite climbers of all time is Conrad Anker. He lives in Bozeman, Montana with his family. I really look up to you, man. You know, my heroes have been on top of some of the highest mountains in the world. A lot of my heroes are dead. You know, once you're awakened now, you're in touch with all those people. You're in touch with all the people. Even past relatives, you know. Kimmy Dooley died tragically when I was a kid, and she was my cousin. So when you're 12 years old and your cousin dies from rolling a Jeep off a mountain, and you're an empath, and everybody around you is narcissistic and doesn't know how to handle this little damaged kid. And I'm watching the same thing happen to my daughter. Watching people around her that would snap at her. I would never snap at her. I would explain to her what's going on. And then she'd cry because she would feel bad because she would be learning. Love is always the best answer. You know, at the beginning of this video, This is a complete opposite. I'm telling you all the great things that I've done. Shit, I carry a book around. You know, I don't know how I can do this, but I'd like to turn the camera around. I don't know how this is going to come out, but with the sun. But, just my stuff. And there's some motocross back here. I've had better days when my hair was highlighted and I had a $7,000 bike. I had better days when I had a kayak team. I was a raft guide. I've risked my life many, many times on purpose. I was number 2 in the world in 1997 in the World Freestyle Surf Kayak Championship. Ken King is one of the best surf kayakers in the world. I don't know how I beat him that day. Rusty Sage, we all know who he is, Northern California kayak champion. Dan Crandall, Ken King first place in international masters. I just want you to know I'm for real, guys, and that, when I'm telling you my story, I'm not lying. And people try to hide who you are in different ways, and then you have self-sabotaging thoughts when you're older, but you're still that guy in the purple tights. Yeah, ponytail, kayaking, rafting fool. So I hope you have a good day, guys. I'm trying to do the best I can to get back to Montana. I don't know how long this is going to last, and I don't know how long my financial situation's going to be poor. But, I got some resupply yesterday, some soups and some snacks, and, Yucca got some extra foods, and she was eating really good yesterday. So, I'm not just hanging out. I've been looking for work and trying to make other things happen here in Vegas before too long. But I hope you can understand the confusion, So I got divine messages. I got stuff in the 3D that keeps popping up. And I'm trying to manage a pandemic, being homeless and ill-equipped. I think I'm better off in some ways than a lot of people, because I was already financially destitute before this happened, pretty much, and I'm that way again. So nothing has changed other than there's a pandemic and I'm watching people who have money freak out. So yeah, I understand the whole scope of what's going on. And I'm trying to tell everybody that, maybe it's time to do things differently. Maybe it's time to do that dream. Maybe it's time to downsize and go buy an RV and go live out off of the land and figure it out. If you have families, I know that's hard to do, but the reality is it's really good. And I got group number 2, so I'm going to let you go. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.